What's up, everybody? Welcome to Talk Wrestling here on NoDQ.com and, of course, the NoDQ YouTube channel. Start on a little bit of a somber note as we're going up this week. Monday, we learned that one of the founders of the band The Eagles, Glenn Frey, passed away from a multitude of different ailments and everything. And the reason I mentioned Glenn Frey's passing is because the Eagles were important to XMV, the old show we used to do with Mike, and then, of course, Lee and Josh and everybody else who was involved in that show over the course of 2.5 years. In that, the Eagles were a pivotal part of 2 episodes of XMV. First of all, Mike and I sang ourselves into the sunset in the summer of 2005, singing Hotel California at a karaoke machine at Universal City Walk, and I got great reviews, even though we sounded terrible. And then the very last episode of XMV, the official episode of XMV, episode 100, when Lee and Josh and I signed off for the last time, we lip-synced to Take It to the Limit by the Eagles. So the Eagles were an important part of No DQ history, so Glenn Frey, may you rest in peace, and hopefully you can find Lemmy up there and have a hell of a jam session with him and Bowie and everybody else. So rest in rock power, my friend. Alright, on to your questions for this week. First 2 come from Kaylin James on Twitter. With the road to WrestleMania paved with injuries, who are your 5 imports you would immediately sign and book in WrestleMania 32? Well, we've got 4 rumored already in AJ Styles, Nakamura, Doc Gallows, and Carl Anderson from New Japan, of course, Ring of Honor. They are the talk of the wrestling town. They are the talk of the day, if you will. Talk wrestling. I would definitely get AJ for the Rumble and lead him toward WrestleMania somehow. There's talk because of Anderson's contract with New Japan being up later than this weekend that they will be available for NXT until as early as March. So maybe get them involved, maybe not. Nakamura, I maybe for the Rumble this weekend. I don't know what his contract status is. I know they vacated the IWGP Intercontinental Championship, so maybe he will be there on Sunday in Orlando. But the other person I would definitely bring into the WrestleMania fold involves your next question, Kaylin, and that is, do you think that with John Cena gone from WrestleMania 32, Finn Balor will be bumped to the main roster before WrestleMania to feud with Bray Wyatt? Not necessarily feud with Bray Wyatt, but definitely be brought up. Finn Balor is the NXT champion. I understand that, but you know what? So is Kevin Owens, and look how well he did as NXT champion on the main roster. He's got to be brought up too. So I'd say the 4 from Japan and Ring of Honor, and Finn Balor would be the guys that I would immediately get on the main roster and send toward WrestleMania. This is from my old buddy Miss Pinky1975 on Twitter. Jeff, do you think the WWE will give Reigns an honest run with the title, or will they hashtag Billy Gunn him? I'm not sure what Billy Gunning somebody means, in that, Billy Gunn was given multiple chances to be more than just one half of WWF Tag Team Champions of the World. And he never did. He was King of the Ring, but his King of the Ring winning didn't really do anything for him because he was buried by The Rock on the next show. And that's not a reflection on him, that's just booking decisions made at that time. But he came back with Road Dogg a couple years ago as one half of the Outlaws and made a serious run with tag team in the tag team division, was tag team champions again. And then he's been a coach with Tough Enough and with NXT recently, but he got let go for whatever reason. He got let go of the drug issue. So I think Reigns stands a much better chance of ascending the platform. Sunday will be a very big indicator, and Aaron and I will talk about the Rumble on our prediction show, but I honestly got to believe that Reigns is destined for long-term stardom. This is from Rexo1991 on Twitter. If Daniel Bryan was cleared to wrestle for the WWE, would you like him to wrestle The Rock at WrestleMania? No, I wouldn't. I don't like that match. The Rock is The Rock. He's awesome, but he's an insurance liability for his movie making. He's not going to wrestle at WrestleMania. Number one. Number two, Bryan can match up with so many more of the younger up-and-coming stars in WWE, or NXT for that matter, than he can with The Rock, Stone Cold Steve Austin. He's already faced Triple H. You know, the other Attitude Era or older guys. He doesn't need those matches. He needs fresh matches. He needs a match with AJ frickin' Styles on a WWE stage. Hello. My God, can you imagine that on WWE's main plateau? Good grief. Mr. Yuck on Twitter. Could we finally see Sister Abigail play a role in the Bray Wyatt-Brock Lesnar feud? Can the Buzzards conquer the Beast? Well, we saw on Monday that the Wyatt family was very dominant over both the WWE World Heavyweight Champion Roman Reigns and the Beast Incarnate Brock Lesnar, as well as clearing Chris Jericho out of the ring. Interesting to see what happens on Sunday. Again, we're going to talk more of that with the predictions show between Aaron and I prediction, and then, of course, Coast to Coast this weekend. I would like to personally see Brock Lesnar and Bray Wyatt. As critical as I've been of Bray Wyatt's in-ring work overall and his sloppiness, I think that Brock Lesnar's combination of technical ability and overall size and just attitude would be a good fit for a Bray Wyatt in a WrestleMania-built feud. It'd be awesome, I think. That's what I think. This is from Conic46 on Instagram. Hey Jeff, all the way from Wexford Island. My question is, are you worried for WrestleMania because of the dreadful booking by WWE in 2015? Superstars like Undertaker can't suffer again on the grandest stage of them all due to these stupid booking decisions. Well, I don't really see the Undertaker as really suffered at WrestleMania booking-wise. Yes, the Bray Wyatt match wasn't the most spectacular match he's ever had at WrestleMania, but he had some serious garbage matches at WrestleMania years and years ago, probably before you were born, sir, with Giant Gonzalez. We all remember that fiasco. With King Kong Bundy. Again, Undertaker is no stranger to bad matches at WrestleMania. None of them his fault. But as far as the overall booking WWE 2015, yes, it was not a good year for WWE in booking in 2015, but they seem to be rebounding somewhat well. They have a decent card booked for Sunday. They have an interesting hook for the Rumble match for the first time in a long time, but the difference is, when the title was on the line 92, they had superstars in the roster. In 2016, they have stars, not superstars. So I don't know if WrestleMania is going to suffer. The Rumble is suffering, but WrestleMania, if they tweak the right people and they put the right matches into the card, it could be okay. This is from Joey Stees on Instagram. Hey Jeff, if you could only choose one surprise entrant from the Attitude Era and one from any era in the Royal Rumble 2016 Rumble match, who would you choose and why? From the Attitude Era, if he was healthy, I would put in Stone Cold Steve Austin. Because that would be something. But again, do we really want to put him in a throwaway because he's not going to win the Royal Rumble? We want his comeback to be at WrestleMania where it counts. So let me throw that out of the way. Yeah, let me get that out of the way. I would honestly probably pick the guy that's already in, Chris Jericho, because he can still go. It'd be awesome to see Jericho down to the final two again, or maybe even win the damn thing. That'd be awesome. And from any era, if I could bring anybody from any era into the Royal Rumble 2016 and put them in, and not necessarily win, but make a good showing, Andre the Giant, the king of the Battle Royals. That'd be awesome. This is from 9mm Heater on Instagram. This is from a few weeks ago, but I haven't been able to tape in front of you guys, so I wanted to address it now. Hey, howdy, Jeff. January 4th marks the 6th anniversary of TNA's attempt at a head-to-head battle on Monday nights at WWE. In retrospect, since it didn't work out, was this a setback for TNA in your opinion? Maybe it would have been different a year or a few years later. TNA going against WWE on Monday nights was doomed from the start. Because all that show was built around the debut of Hulk Hogan, the return of his buddies to wrestling, and Jeff Hardy's jump from WWE to TNA after swearing he needed help and was going to do that. That show was never going to be anything that was going to seriously compete with WWE. And TNA was in a position to do that a few years before that, but has not been since. This is from @TheWalrusinator on Instagram. Do you see AJ Styles or Nakamura ever becoming the WWE World Heavyweight Champion? AJ, yes, if he's there. Nakamura, probably not. And that's not because Vince is xenophobic or whatever. I just don't see Nakamura in any gimmick as a viable contender for the top prize in WWE. And that's just the way that I see that. Alright, thank you very much for watching this week on Talk Wrestling. We will see you guys next week with even more of your questions. Take care.